Hey, good morning, and thank God that you were with us last night in our time of prayer. We really look forward to our Monday night prayer meetings. But please, if you missed Monday, we're back at it on Wednesday at lunchtime between 12:15 and 12:35. We hope that you will join us. We really do. Yesterday, we looked at the portion of scripture in Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. This morning, I'm going to be reading from the New Living Translation. This is what it says. Don't be misled. You cannot mock the justice of God. You will always harvest what you plant. Clearly, brethren, there is a law in place here. What I sow is what I reap. And that's what we said yesterday. And I'm talking about in kind. So if I plant corn, I won't be reaping lemons. I'll be reaping corn. But this morning, I want to share with you the other part of the law. I reap more than I sow. And if I don't, I'm disappointed because I plant one grain of corn in the ground, but I reap an entire ear of corn. And sometimes for some trees, I can reap either 2 or 3 whole corns, which is made up of hundreds of grains. I reap more than I sow. But get this, here the Bible says, we sow to the wind and we will reap a whirlwind. That's in Hosea chapter 8. And God is seemingly saying, whatever you put, I am going to add significant more to the process. So if you sow to your flesh, you're not just going to reap only what you sow, but you're going to reap more than what you sow. But if you sow to the Spirit, you're also going to reap more than what you sow. So come on, walk with me here. And finances is an easy example. It may not always be an adequate example, but it's an easy example. So if I put in 5 cents and I reap 5 cents, it doesn't make sense. But if I put in my 5 cents in obedience to God and with a heart and a mind and an attitude that says, this is what God would want me, and I am involved and interested in what God is saying, then I'm going to reap in accordance with the values and purpose and intentions and resources of God, because I always reap more than what I sow. I may reap the same kind, but not the same quantity that I sow. And sometimes we need to get it right. So you sow what you want to reap, and you sow it in good ground, because keep in mind, if you sow it in bad ground, you will reap from what the ground has. So we encourage you this morning, sow it in God and watch how much more He is able to add, because we often give from our resources, depending on God to give from His resources. And God's resources are miraculous and completely, totally beyond our ability to understand or comprehend. So come on, this morning I encourage you, sow, put your hand in, put your heart in, put your mind in, sow to God, and see how much He allows us to harvest.